Hello, hello. How are you, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community? Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm hoping that some of you all will show up here live, but also welcome to the hashtag Replay Queens. I actually need to, let me see here, see if I can just send a reminder. So, what is this? This is an opportunity for you to experience a mindfulness practice that I am sharing with you all that I'm learning as I, um, work to complete my mindfulness certification. And so it would be helpful to me. I would just be so appreciative if you all would just give me some feedback on what this practice felt like for you, what you got from this practice, whether you're here live or joining me in the replay. And so it's mindfulness of eating. I love mindfulness of eating. It's something that I know is important for me. Hold on one second. Please join me for a mindfulness. I was working out and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go live. And I just got on here. And so I'm just going to see, can I find some people who would want to join us? Hello to whoever's out there. So back to the practice. Hi, Toya. Hi, big sister. Glad you are here. So yeah, mindfulness of eating. One of the things that I talked about on the live stream yesterday, which was the mindfulness for walking, mindful walking, please feel free to go and look for that one. If I can find it before I get off, I'll just post it in the chat. But one of the things that I mentioned is, we are actually really simple beings, but we live in a world that can make things feel so complex. And, people make spirituality very complex, but I believe in simple spirituality. And one of the ways that we can incorporate and live a life of mindfulness is through just bringing mindfulness to everything that we're doing. And so, pardon my sweat, y'all. I was in here rehearsing a dance and I'm just like, oh, I need to go live. So, you're catching me in my sweaty messness. But bringing mindfulness to everyday reality, every day, just our goings about going to the store, working, and dealing with our family. And yesterday we talked about mindfulness of walking. I'll be back tomorrow with that. And then today, we're talking about how do we bring mindfulness to our eating? And so many of us need mindful eating. And I used to hear that, be mindful with your eating, chew this, this many times, chew your food slowly, don't look at anything while you're eating, just be present to eating. And, someone who y'all hear me talk about working on my health and wellness on the regular, um, you know, I don't know. That hasn't always like really resonated with me, though it resonates with me more now. And so this is actually a Vipassana practice. And I was like, oh, this is like a real practice. Like we can literally just be like, I'm getting ready to practice my spirituality by sitting here at this table, being present to the food that I'm eating. So if you're watching, go get something to eat. I'm not going to eat. I really don't want to be munching on camera with, I don't want to be making those kind of sounds on camera. But, yeah, go get something to eat so you can do this with me because I'm going to take y'all through this practice. And so, yeah, just really um taking this time to say, I just want to be at one with my food. I want to be at one in this moment. That's what mindfulness is about. That's what spirituality is about. Taking this time to just be right here in the present moment. It's so rich in this present moment. So many of us live out there in the future, we live back there in the past. But we can take this time to sit down and eat and be mindful with our food and do a legitimate spiritual practice while eating. Um, and so I just want us to see what that experience is like. Okay. So, Toya, let me know if you have something to eat. And oh my gosh, I'm so sweaty. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. So, yeah, what I want you to do is to go on ahead and have whatever you're going to eat. It could actually be something very, very simple. You just take a bite. And while we do this, I want to always, always remind you that mindfulness is about remembering that um, we want to be present and we want to be curious. Our minds naturally wander to and fro. And so when we take this time to be mindful in the way that we're eating, it's helping us to become more in control of our mind. Okay. It's helping to make our mind feel better being calm than being this racing mind. But at first, it just takes not judging the mind running to and fro. But what you're going to bring your focus and your awareness to is to what you're chewing, the taste, the texture, these kinds of things. So have a lot of compassion for yourself. I used to be irritated with this practice. That's natural and normal. Mindfulness is not about feeling in bliss. It's just we want to be present to what's there because it'll provide us great information. So, do you have something to eat? Let a sister know. Okay, okay, perfect. I love that, Toya. Toya's on Facebook. If y'all can't see her, she says she's gonna chew on ice. I love it. Okay, so yes, let's just go on ahead and look at the food, whatever you have, the ice, and just take that time to notice what does it look like. If any of you are watching this and you're eating food, is there a color? Maybe there's even an odd color to the ice besides just clear. Noticing the color, noticing the shape, and noticing the sizes. And you can just even take a deep breath in. Exhale and just take in what you're noticing and how the food looks. Okay. And notice when you look at the food, do you feel an urge to automatically eat? Oftentimes, eating for us is something we do on autopilot. And so it could just automatically trigger a response that you want to eat. But we want to just notice, is there an urge there or not? If there is an urge, you can just let the cravings come and go and just notice that. Okay. And so now the next thing that we want to do is investigate the smell of whatever it is that you're eating or drinking or chewing. It's for Toya, chewing the ice. Is there a smell to it? And just what is it that you take in with the smell? What does it make you feel like? What do you sense? And notice, does the mind crave for it? What is the mind thinking about this food? And so before you eat, just take a brief moment to appreciate the energy that went into its production. That is definitely something that a lot of us um, already do, but some of us need to remember to do that. Just the people who work to grow the food, the nature. Ooh, sorry, y'all. The nature, that's a notification. My apologies. The nature provided, um, that provided nutrients, the water for the ice for Toya. If you're eating something that required food or sunshine, maybe somebody cooked, cleaned, and packaged the food for you. Just bring into your mind all the energy from all the various sources that came together to create this meal. Now, slowly pick up the food. If it's food that you hold in your hand, or if you want to use any utensils to put the food into your mouth, but you want to take note of the actual utensil and what it feels like in your hand. Is it stiff, soft, cold? warm, just taking in the fullness of this experience. And as you put the food in your mouth, just let it sit there and notice your desire to chew or swallow quickly. And maybe even take note of the temperature of the food and noticing the shape of the food as it sits there in your mouth. And as you begin chewing, notice the texture of the food. Does the texture change as you chew the food? Notice the flavors. And is there more than one flavor that you can notice as you eat? And does the flavor change as you eat or chew the food? And when you swallow your bite, tune into how it feels to swallow. I know that's something I don't all the time pay attention to, like just taking note of it's going down, down, down. What does it feel like as the food moves down the throat? And just thinking about the preciousness of your body, the whole digestive process. It's starting in the mouth and then the body doing its thing with giving the extra saliva to help you break it down, and then the muscles in the throat doing what they do. And before you take another bite, just pause and notice if any flavor remains in your mouth for a moment. And though we're going to end with just this quick moment, I just wanted to bring a um, bite-sized moment of mindfulness of eating. You can continue to eat like this once we're done. Just reminding yourself to slow down, to be present, to check in with any sights, smells, taste, feelings, and thoughts that arise. This is what it means to be human. And we really want to just have that richness. And we want to take that time while we're eating. And so now just allow yourself to feel gratitude for the food that you ate. My friend Toya chewing ice. So for that nourishing water, the nourishing food, and just let your mind relax into a state of appreciation for the energy and for life. Let me just take a deep breath in and a long, slow, deep breath out. Ah, hey, Dark Diza. Having chicken tenders. That sounds delicious. Mm. So, yeah, part of what I know a lot of us deal with, and it could be those who are eating too much food, and then there's those of us who don't eat enough food. Um, you know, taking time to, especially for people who want to get over emotional eating, or there's some bad relationship with food, that doesn't require deeper psychological help. I'm just saying for those of us who have just like this normal thing happening in our day to day life, it's not disruptive to us, but it's something we want to get past. This is a practice that is very helpful. It may not be easy in the beginning, but it's helpful to begin to transform emotional eating, or emotional not eating, with appreciation, taking that time to really tune into the experience of eating. And, it doesn't matter if you have anything going on with food, even people with healthy, a healthy relationship with food. I am willing to believe all of us need to have more mindful eating experiences so that instead of watching TV, we are just with our food. We are with ourselves. We are in the moment completely and totally. And it doesn't even have to be every meal, but we can just bring more mindfulness in general to when we eat. But sometimes we can just have that intention of I'm just going to take it nice and slow and just feel the potency of this moment as I tune into how I'm eating and what I'm eating right now. Yeah. That's why I know it's the same coin, two different sides, Diza. So if y'all would, how was that for you? For those who are here, what was mindful eating like for you? The other thing I wanted to mention is yeah, the autopilot that we're on. And so like for someone like Diza who forgets to eat, you know, the opposite would be true for you. You know, for some of us, it's like we just naturally get up and we just end up in the kitchen. It's like, how did I get here? But what is it that we can do? And so maybe for, people who forget to eat, set the timer and make it so that it's just a nice special moment. Um, just tuned into that food because more than likely you've been so tuned into what you're doing. And so now this is a way to bring you back to your body, is having that mindful eating. Brings us all back for different reasons, right? So yeah, how was that for y'all who were here to experience it? That would be very helpful for me to hear. Oh, that's another thing. Well, I mentioned this in the beginning. When we have the mindful eating, then our minds will notice our minds wandering. Like a lot of us are checked out with eating. I don't like eating. I used to drive and eat all the time, and now I can't stand it. It's like, no, I just want to eat my food because we're just on the go and we're eating, 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 and that's not no, it's no judgment. But even if we have to eat while we're on the go, we can still bring more mindfulness to it. But it's more about how can we get our mind to be focused on right here, right now. That's what this is looking at. Okay. And just remembering that the present is the only time we have to know and experience. And there's nothing like um, having mindful eating that will allow that to happen. It was soothing, restful, and left me with the feeling of connectiveness. Oh, I love that. Can you imagine so many of us, the more we take this time to have mindful eating, we will get up and feel more refreshed. There will be no need to overeat. We'll take our time. We'll be so in tuned with the moment, that calmness, that feeling restful. And like Toya said, connectiveness. Let me put this up here. Put those on YouTube may not be able to see her comment. Connectiveness. Okay. So I love that, Toya. Thank you. Thank you. So, mindfulness is changing my life, and I wish I had found it sooner, but I have it now. And yeah, y'all get ready. We'll be doing more and more mindfulness because mm, what I find is when I don't do my mindfulness, then I start feeling stressed more than usual. And then when I um, do my mindfulness, like even just 10 minutes a day, I notice that I just feel so much more calm, and I want that for you all. I want y'all to have that experience too. And so, yeah, I'll be bringing some different practices right now. I just told myself I must finish this certification. So, thank you all so much for being here. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Let me see if I can find the time. Oh, here we go. Tomorrow is the 11th, and I'm gonna go out early. So it'll be at 11:30 a.m. Y'all get ready. Eastern time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, Sunday. Go on ahead, put on your walking shoes, or just put yourself someplace that's safe. We're gonna go on a walk together in the morning. Okay. All right. Love you all so much and connect with you all soon. Thank you for being here for a part of being a part of this practice with me and helping me to get my mindfulness certification. Love y'all.